This is my first reflection log for the week. I've officially worked 1 week as a CCSE intern, which I'm very proud to have been elected as this. After hearing how many people have applied for this position and didn't get it, and that I was one of the two selected, I'm very proud that I was able to make it through the interviews, the my resume. I was really scared of my resume because I didn't know if I had enough qualifications on it or what got me in. Sometimes I still suffer from a lot of imposter syndrome all the time, but I'm very happy, very proud of myself to accomplish that. I'm very proud of myself in general right now because with balancing a work and school schedule and also like my home life at the same time, like being able to like spend time at home and like have time for myself is very important. And I'm very proud of myself because like even though it's been 1 week, I feel like I've balanced everything pretty good so far, so I'm not too stressed out about my work balance life. So I'm my work life and balancing it with like school and being home and spending time with myself and being able to like do things that I want to do overall. So I'm very proud that I was able to do that, and I don't know how it's going to get throughout the semester. I know the semester gets harder, but for right now I'm very happy where I am because I haven't been working in like a school setting where I'm like in school and working at the same time since my senior year of high school. And I know my senior year I was putting in way too many hours into my job and really not focusing on my personal life or really giving me time for anything because I would go from school half day, then intern at a law firm, and then come back to school for track practice, and then go home, or like I'd have a meet afterwards, so I really had no time to live or be myself. So that's one of the things that I'm working on not doing to myself is overworking myself again and really enjoying my time. So this week I was able to accomplish a lot. I was able to accomplish making my spreadsheets, which is one of those challenges that I was facing, was being able to use Excel for the first time really, and actually make a spreadsheet because I've never actually made a spreadsheet all by myself. I mean, I've worked with it, but it wasn't the best. I'm also proud to have been able to make those, write out emails and formulate them for different professors. I think for me, writing emails or writing cold emailing people, if you will, is kind of scary for me because I don't like the thought of rejection, but I talked to Kara about it and she's like, well, if you're going into it knowing you're going to be okay, because most professors won't email you back, but it's okay, just get over it. Then I feel like I was very efficient because I would just lock in to whatever I was doing. I was just like typing away, which was really good. And for my personal or professional goals, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy with the setting I'm in because it's a lot of like-mindedness, and especially talking to Andrea and everything really helps me like really develop professionally, if you will. Then like this week, one of the people who have inspired me a lot throughout my education here at Purdue, or even like going into school, is probably my drive into getting into grad school. I've been researching grad school more and like looking at what I want to do with my life since I want to go into DoD work, Homeland Security work. I have really seen that as like a driving motivator in my life because going into it isn't going to be easy, and I know that for sure. And then working here is really helping me like stay focused on what I want, really. And it's not like, oh, like I need to do this. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm really interested in what I'm doing. I want to learn more. I want to have those different skills. Being able to communicate with people, being able to network with people is very important to me. And then some of the challenges I faced this week, probably the heat mostly. That was a big one, even though like it wasn't horrible since we weren't outside that much, but really getting over like Excel and that fear of like cold emailing someone and like waiting for their response, because I think I always have like a sense of anxiety anytime I try and email someone. It really gets me. I don't know what it is. Like anytime I have to email a professor, I think it's very intimidating to me, especially if it's not course related. It's super intimidating, but I'm getting over it slowly. It gets better with time. And then what did you see as taking away from your daily work? I think for me personally, like I take my talking breaks, if you will. I'm a big talker, big yapper, and I think that's one of those things that I have to stop doing. It's a blessing and a curse because I love talking, but at the same time, not everybody loves talking. So I'm probably a distraction to other people. In school, I remember in elementary, I was always told that I was a chatterbox. And I didn't think that was a problem. I'm in communication, so, they've got a place for all the chatterboxes, but, yeah, I think talking less probably would be great for me, and then, that would definitely be the way that I could handle my own distractions because I distract myself. And then what's draining my motivation? I don't think I have a big factor that drains my motivation right now, but, we'll see over time what that comes to mind. And then this week, some things that, surprised me, or my goals really. What surprised me is how much effort goes into doing all these class visits, or what goes into making CCSE run exactly, because, I mean, I knew that running a club takes a lot of effort, but what I didn't know is making spreadsheets, how many meetings you're going into, what all goes into it outside of what the interns or like what we see, because there's so much going on behind the scenes and we don't really think of that. And then some of my goals that I have is definitely to finish my spreadsheets and then also get all my emails sent out to all my professors. I've really been trying to curate emails to them and then get responses back. So really working on those two projects right now are my biggest ones. And then, how can you leave work at work? How can you leave work? Oh, okay. So one of the ways that I'm thinking about just leaving work at work, one of the things I actually focus on as like a political science major, since I'm in international relations, the biggest thing that I do is I kind of, at some point, I stop thinking about the news. So that's me leaving school at school. But for work at work is kind of like I talk about what I do, but I'm not planning on going to stress out about what's happening. So if I'm in class or something, I can't just constantly think about, oh, I need to get this done. Because that was always a big problem for me. Is like I couldn't leave my job at my job. I couldn't just leave what I was doing. I always had to talk about it. I always had to think about it. And constantly thinking about that wasn't gonna help it if I'm not even there. So I think not stressing out over the things that I haven't done yet that need done, I'll get it done when I'm there. Like, I don't need to think about it in bed at 3 in the morning or whatever. Like, that's not something that I need to be thinking about. And then for improving my work environment, I'm bringing in decorations this week, so I'm very excited. I'm at home, so I'm probably gonna steal some stuff from my mom and then bring it in because she has some cute stuff. And then some of the things that I've definitely learned in class to help me, or on my projects and everything, is definitely communication with people is important. Communicating what everyone's doing, just learning how to apply research skills, emailing skills, just anything that I've like learned in class definitely will go into my projects, because I work pretty hard on my project, I'd like to say, because I'd never want anything to go out like half done or like, oh, what happened here? But definitely like my effort that I take in class will be shown throughout my internship, and that's something I'm very proud of because I'm always like a work addict, which is a blessing and a curse. And I'm just very, very excited to see what comes on these next few weeks and overcoming different challenges that we might have in the next few weeks, or this week even. It's a short week, so I'm excited for pizza and politics and to be working with that, working my first event and everything. So very excited to see where the week goes, and I will be reflecting on this next week. So very excited.